Well, here's an update. As voting and an election bill favored by Democrats just lost in the Senate, as Republican opposition did sink the measure. The vote was 50-50. You needed 60 votes to succeed.
WGN's political reporter Taman Bradley is joining us now with more on the debate over voting rights.
Lourdes and Ray, this afternoon, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin announced he'd be the 50th Democrat to vote to advance the For the People Act, though it ran into a Republican filibuster. In Illinois, the state legislature expanded voting access, making curbside and mail-in voting permanent. But that's here. Elsewhere in America, a national push by Republicans to create hurdles for millions of voters. In the U.S. Senate, Republicans blocked sweeping legislation that would federally override dozens of GOP-passed state voting laws. The For the People Act would expand ballot access and limit the role of special interest in politics. The legislation is a response to GOP-backed bills that would limit mail, early in-person, and election day voting.
Republicans are reducing polling hours and locations and the number of drop boxes so that Americans of all parties, but particularly aimed at Democratic voters, people of color, young people, poorer people, have a harder time finding the time, place, and manner to vote.
Republicans criticized the plan to publicly finance congressional campaigns and potential new disclosure requirements for political donors. GOP Senate Leader Mitch McConnell calls Democrats' bill a partisan plan to tilt every election in their favor.
We know that it would let Democrats take a red pen to election laws in each of the 50 states, neutering popular precautions like voter ID. Before today's procedural vote, passionate debate.
The Democrats' bill would turn the primary enforcer of election law in this country into a partisan body.
I sincerely believe that what we do or fail to do will have long-lasting and far-reaching implications for the health, viability, and vitality of the world's greatest democracy.
The White House said today the fight is not over. In a tweet, President Biden urged Congress to send him the bill. Lourdes and Ray.
Okay.
It goes on. All right, Taman, thank you. And still ahead, could there be a